This comment is how to avoid mold. If you're new here, I have mold toxicity. I was diagnosed in January of 2020. I have been suffering with mold toxicity symptoms, I think, my whole life because my exposure began in childhood. Earlier this year, I wrote everything down. I started to feel better and I wanted to share everything that I had experienced and basically the pathway of how I got to mold as a diagnosis, what I was feeling, what I looked like, and what to avoid, what to do, what I used, because I spent about just under $19,000 in 6 months, and I spent just actually it's less time than that because the total was 30,000 in 6 months. Not many can afford that, so I shared everything that my functional medicine doctor told me to do. So this is a picture of my blog, and you can get that link if you, wow, that sunrise is amazing. I have it linked. If you go to my profile, I have a link tree, and there are several links of pretty much everything that I have used and any discount codes that apply. But one of the links is to this blog of my mold journey. So, how do you avoid it? Well, you have to know where mold is in your food as well as your environment. So, I did an army test for my home, and the very first thing that I went on was an extreme restricted diet for 6 weeks. And I also did a test for IgG and IgE intolerances and allergies. You have to completely avoid foods that have mold in them, which is cheese, peanut butter, coffee, all corn, except for the whole like kernel corn, like fresh corn, any dried fruit, leavened bread because of yeast, all mushrooms, anything fermented or pickled, and then sugar and sugar alternatives. And this experience of mold toxicity had led me into doing a lot of research on my own. It's how I became an integrative health practitioner. I just wanted to use my illness as a positive instead of something that was negative so that I could help other people heal too, because mold is really challenging. It impacts the entire system negatively. It's just not mold and the mycotoxins. It breaks everything down. It's like a hurricane, like mold is the hurricane, and it just leaves this path of destruction behind it that you have to essentially rebuild, and that process of rebuilding takes an extreme amount of time. For me, my nervous system was the worst impacted with anxiety and insomnia. I wouldn't say depression, but it was just a lot to deal with on a daily basis. Having so much to heal and trying to get the mold out of hiding because it does like to hide. So I wrote an ebook on nervous system regulation. It's why I also share so much about free circadian health and nervous system regulation, because I spent thousands of dollars trying to learn about nervous system regulation and nobody actually put together a step-by-step process, so I did. I also wrote a detox support blog, so you can also click on that on my link to just at the basic level support your body to detox itself, because your body knows how to detox, but when it's overburdened with toxins, it's such a struggle and it needs support. And once you have that foundational support in place and your body is detoxing, like all the detox pathways are open and you are excreting things as you should under a non-load environment of toxins, then you need to start killing things in there. And you can't kill things if they can't get out, because then you're just recirculating them and making yourself sick. So these are the herbs that I use. Well, the nasal spray is not an herb, but pau d'arco, olive leaf, and holy basil are herbs that I used to kill the mycotoxins. But all that to say, I wrote it all down. So if you're ready to read my blogs, they are there for you. I linked everything. I also have my email available. If you have any questions, you can DM me. Those are also open on all social platforms. Leave a comment, whatever, any questions that you have about mold toxicity. I will help answer because I know that it is an extreme expense when you have mold. Like it took my life savings, but I told my grandma, I was like, I would rather spend my life savings and be healthy than be sick and have that nest egg. So I feel like I made the right choice for me, but I also know that not everyone has that nest egg. So I shared everything that I could. I asked every company that was beneficial to me for a discount code. Sometimes they do like the affiliate thing where I get a bonus and you get the bonus, like you get the discount and then I get like some kickback or something. But that wasn't the point. I tried to just save you, the consumer, as much as possible because like I said, I used all that I had, everything that I had, and I wanted to make it as easy for you guys as possible. So if you have questions, please let me know. But avoiding the most popular high concentration mold foods is the best approach. And unfortunately, it's some of the most delicious foods available. Also, please go enjoy this sunrise because this is insane. This is beautiful.